Good morning, friends. Let's start lesson number 3, Cultural Heritage of India, Sculptures and Architecture. You know that, right? We do have, that means our country had many sculptures and a sample of architectures that's very well known in all over the world. For example, caves of Ajanta Ellora, Taj Mahal, Red Fort, right? Palaces of Rajasthan, then Ran Ki Vav, palaces of Junagadh, etc. etc. So we are going to discuss sculptures and architectures. Okay, now let us start. India is world famous for its rich cultural heritage. The art of sculptures and architectures has brought a unique identity to India. Town planning of Indus culture of ancient India was greater than contemporary town planning of the world, and it's very remarkable. Sculpture means to carve the filling on stone, wood, or on metal with hammer and chisel. Okay, so this line wants to share with you, right, that India was unique and is unique for town planning, right? Indus culture. So it's a new concept for you people, that Indus culture. So you all know that we do have Indus Valley civilization, Sindhu, the civilization that started sided by river Sindhu, right? That's called Indus Valley civilization. You must know about the movie that is made and named as Mohenjo-daro. So you may seen that movie, and I personally suggest you, if you haven't, then please see that movie. That help you a lot to understand how the Indus culture was developed in ancient India. Now see, ancient Indian city planning was very nice. In that city planning, right, all the basic facilities were there. All the basic facilities were there. A good infrastructures, etc., etc. So I want you, that means I want to make you clear what is sculpture. Sculpture means to carve the filling on stone, wood, or on metal with hammer and chisel. So an artist started to carve, that means make a design, right, literary design on stone, that is called sculpture. And it may be on stone, it may be on wood, it may be on metal plate, etc., etc., but it made by hammer and chisel. Okay, now sculpture, the art of shaping figures or design with facial expression in round or in relief, professionally performed by a sculptor with the help of chisel and hammer, is known as sculpture. So you must all clear about sculpture, right? That means the art of shaping figure or design with facial expression in round or in relief, professionally performed by a sculptor with the help of chisel and hammer, is known as sculpture. So the definition of sculpture must be clear in your mind. Now architecture. Simple meaning of architecture means art of construction. The word Vastu is used for architecture in Sanskrit language, and it's very much renowned. In this reference, art of constructing buildings, houses, towns, wells, forts, minarets, temples, mosques, and tombs is called architecture. Skill of architect is seen in the art of his architecture. That means, what is architecture? Architecture means, you all know that making a house or making any palace or making any well-known building, that is called architecture. So that is in simple words, right? That is called architecture. Now if we explain with the textual references, right, what is architecture? See, here the meaning is given. Simple meaning of architecture means art of construction, and for that the word Vastu is used for architecture. So before 5000 years, right, where Indus Valley civilization was there, I am talking about Mohenjo-daro and Dholavira. At that time English was not there in India, and that's why Vastu is the word that used for architecture in Sanskrit. And we do have a Vastu Shastra, that means art of constructing building in Indian right, in Indian culture. Now see, towns, wells, forts, minarets, temples, mosques and tombs is called architecture. Skill of architect is seen in the art of his architecture. Ancient, now new point, ancient India town planning. See, India has acquired expertise in the field of town planning. Many such towns has been found during archaeological excavation work. The towns were divided into three sections: fort of rulers, that called citadel; houses of administrative officer situated on the upper part of town; residence of common people situated on the lower part of town; then forts of rulers were constructed on the upper part of town. Upper part of the town is safe and protected with house having 2 to 5 rooms. House on the lower part of the town are mainly constructed with the handmade bricks. People of India, Indus Valley civilization has developed many more beautiful and systematic towns than many other civilizations of the world. From the architectural point of view, among all them, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro had the best town planning. Now, in these points, right, you can see the picture cited given at the cited by the textual information. See the picture. So, there were forted town, right? Forted town means the town surrounded by the fort. That means fully protected. And in that forted town, there were divisions, right? And divisions named as upper part, then lower part, then middle part. See, in the beginning of the this point, ancient Indian town planning, right, there are three parts. That means fort of rulers, that called citadel, that is located in the upper part of the city. House of administrative officer situated on the upper part of the town. So all the administrative officer, that means present day collector, mamlatdar, right, judges, then TDO, DDO are called administrative officer. So this kind of administrative officer resided in the upper part of the town, sided by citadel, and residents of common people situated on the lower part. That means common people like me and you, right? That's help the nation for their product means by doing agrarian and trading activities. So this kind of people lived in the lower part of the house. Now forts for rulers were constructed on the upper part of the town. Upper part of the town is safe and protected with houses having 2 to 5 rooms. Houses on the lower part, right? See, now if you discuss such kind of information, that upper part houses, that means houses, citadel is like a palace, but upper part of the house is having luxurious facility. That means they having a more rooms than lower part, they having a more material comforts in the house, right, compared to lower part. So see, 2 to 5 rooms were there in the upper part, while in the lower part of the town they had handmade, they are constructed mainly with the handmade bricks, right? Brick, you know. So people of Indus Valley civilization has developed many more beautiful and systematic town than many other civilization of the world. From the architectural point of view, among all them, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro has best town planning. So Harappa and Mohenjo-daro having a base town planning. There are lots of videos on the YouTube, right? Once you search Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, then lots of videos are there in YouTube, right? Maybe in Hindi, explanation in Hindi maybe, or in English, right? So whatever you are comfortable, please see such kind of videos from them. Now Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro in 1922, archaeologists named Rakhaldas Banerjee and Dayaram Sani or Sani found out remains of a used town planning during excavation work which was being carried out under the guidance of Sir John Marshall and Colonel Mick in Larkhan district, now in Pakistan, on Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro means the heap of deeds. Construction of town, municipal compositions. From the point of view of town planning, Mohenjo-daro is the best. Houses were built on the high plinth to protect them from the floods and dampness. The houses of the rich people were double-stored, having 5 to 7 rooms, while those of poor people were a single-stored, having 2 to 3 rooms. The town was forfeited. The main entrance of the house, opened on the side lanes and not on the main roads. Remains of storehouse, kitchen, bathroom were found in every house. There was a proper arrangement of doors and windows to keep the houses airy and ventilated. So see, if you talked about town planning of Mohenjo-daro, then you can understand that how much hygienic they were, right? In that time they were aware about hygienic necessity of house and human beings. So they constructed bathrooms, right? They constructed kitchens, separate bedrooms, then divisions of, that means there are lots of divisions according to the human activities found in houses. So they all were aware about hygienics, comforts, materialist comforts, right? So their house having that. So this city Mohenjo-daro was facilitated with such kind of houses. So friends, you can understand, right, that houses was digged up because it was ancient civilization. The Mohenjo-daro was constructed, the name of the city was Mohenjo-daro, now in Pakistan, was constructed 5000 years ago, and it was found by it was found by Sir John Marshall, right, and Colonel Mick in Larkhan district, now in Pakistan. And it was the Indian expert was there, right, Dayaram Sani, and Rakhaldas Banerjee was also there, right, who tried to found. And present location, that means present location or drone picture is you may see in the textbook. Okay, so this is what about today's discussion, right, given on the page number 18. So what you have to do, you have to try to understand, right, this topic or explanation on the page number 18. Try to listen audio many times, right? If you need to understand this topic, then it's not cup of tea. You have to understand. But for that you must listen audio, right? Listen audio many times. That means 1 time to 2 times, 3 times. Go through the textbook explanation and then summarize all the information given in the audio explanation as well as in the textbook. Then what you have to do, you have to listen the video, then, right? So which is the ideal way to understand audio explanation? First, go through page number 18. That means open the textbook, read page number 18. Whatever the points that you can't understand, underline it, right? Then read it again and then start to listen my explanation line by line. Follow me, right? And follow me completely. And if you are unable to understand anything, then don't hesitate, please ring me. Okay, so that is your job to summarize the point, right, and send to me. If you have any problem, right, then please tell me. Thank you very much. I hope that you may satisfied with the present explanation. Thank you very much.